Good afternoon. Those who just joined, we're going to have a bit of a play on radio today and see what the conditions are like. Apparently, we're expecting another aurora tonight, I've been told. But we'll have to see. Bands ain't that great at the moment. It's only nearly 5 minutes to 6 here. If it's anything like last night, they didn't come in till about 1900 hours or 7 p.m. So it seems to be getting later and later. But usually it gets earlier and earlier. But we'll have a look around and we'll see what the bands hold for us.
Yeah, we've got probably about 8 or 9 still. And a few outside that like to live in a container. I go out and feed them every night and make sure they're all right.
As you can see, I've added another camera as well. This is my amp here, my VK3 amp. I've got another camera on there, so you can see the output power we're doing. We're legally allowed to do 400, which will be somewhere around here, I think. About here, I think 400. Got the ES 550D camera here, and Logitech's CW90 or 920, I think it is. Camera 1 here, and the same camera here. I'm still playing around with how all this works, so we'll see how we go. Hopefully those pictures look clear on the feed. We'll just see how it goes. A couple of big signals coming in. That's Jason, Zulu Lima 3 Delta Juliet in the South Island. He uses a cobweb antenna, which I normally use here. But I've got the cobweb down at the moment for this 7-element log periodic I'm using that's full element on 3 bands, this particular one.
Absolutely mad at the moment because in quanto ci fu detto che c'era il Island, no? L'isola di Pasqua, e ti ho sentito mentre sentivo la fotofrequenza per trasmettere, ti ho sentito un attimo e poi non ti ho sentito più. Chiaramente non potevo passare sopra al DX per salutare, però ti ho sentito per un attimo. Va bene, ciao Gennaro, ci sentiamo i prossimi prossimi giorni allora, un abbraccione, buona settimana. Uncle also was died, but uncle.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use VK2LQ? Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use VK2LQ? Last call, is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use VK2LQ? CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec, VK2LQ, CQ 20, CQ on 20, CQ 20, VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ on 20, CQ 20, CQ 20, VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec, VK2LQ, CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, VK2LQ. CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec, VK2LQ, CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, CQ 20, VK2LQ calling CQ on 20. Yeah, I just had to readjust the resolution on this camera here on the amp because resolution was too high and obviously it was staggering. Now you can see the live feed. I think you can see that's 400 there. 400 mark. We've got to stay close to there. We hit 420, 410. I mean, that can't be helped at times, but by the time it gets to the antenna, it should keep us within legal limit. But hopefully you'll see that a bit more responsive on that camera now. We'll just dim the lights a bit, so hopefully you can see that in the stream a bit better. So there's only 3 stations I could see on 20 at the moment. Still probably only early. Seems to be getting later and later, which is a bit strange. But we'll put out a few calls. We'll surf the band and see what we can do.
This conversation, sympathy, and of course, good luck, and have a nice day, and I hope I catch you again. 10-3, good luck with that, and over. Okay, 10-3, Merry Christmas, and all the best for your family. Ciao, ciao. One moment, Kilo, 2, Sierra Oscar. That's causing all the problems, or a lot of problems for everyone.
Mal sehen, wenn der eine oder andere noch kommt, komme ich nochmal rein. Schön fürs Reinkommen, Werner. SHS 0ZAO, VK 4ABJ. Ja, schönen guten Nachmittag, Herr Wolfgang.
JG1 UMO, good evening. JG1 UMO ZL3 DJ, go ahead. Yeah, good to hear you, Ted. JG1 UMO, ZL3 DJ in Christchurch. Yeah, obviously we work a lot under my other call sign, and I'm alternating my call signs each time I come on air. So ZL3 JAS is still active. Yeah, nice.
The frequency in use is the frequency in use, VK2LQ. Victor Kilo 2 Lima Queen is the frequency in use, VK2LQ. CQ on 20, CQ 20 meters, CQ on 20, CQ 20, CQ 20 meters. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec. VK2LQ, CQ on 20, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Queen, calling CQ 20 meters, CQ 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ on 20, CQ 20, CQ 20 meters, CQ on 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec. VK2LQ, CQ on 20, CQ 20, CQ 20 meters, CQ on 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. Well, it started off pretty bad, hasn't it? There's, I don't know if you could. I've tried to adjust this so you can see these signals here are what's currently on the band on 20. Usually, this is pretty chockers, but I think they may have had a contest on the weekend, and that could explain why the bands are a bit quiet today. But that's amazing. Like I don't know if it's some conditions. We're supposed to be in through another aurora tonight, I believe. I mentioned that earlier, but I haven't seen anything. Band conditions, according to the geochron here, the solar index is pretty good for 20 metres, but obviously maybe everyone's taking an early Christmas break and they're not jumping on. But who knows? We'll just see. Maybe next half an hour or so will tell if the bands are going to pick up a bit and we can work a bit of DX. We made an earlier contact a bit earlier today into Greece with Jim. That was another new contact, but that was, that was around probably 4 o'clock. And we'll just see how it goes. It just seems to be pushing back later and later. Don't know what's happening with the bands. But again, if you can't see the band here on the radio, it's this yellow one here. This is the one we're on at the moment. We're on 20 metre band. This is for a dual VFO. I can activate both VFOs if I want. And you just heard the other VFO come in. The other VFO is currently tuned to this band here. So I can listen in the left ear to one frequency, and the 7 megahertz band, that's the 40 metre band. I can hear that on the left ear, and 20, which is the top one, the 14, will be in the right ear. But I don't need to do that. I'm not wishing to listen to both bands. That's good if you got stations running contests and they're running a split VFO where you would transmit on A and receive on B, or vice versa, depending on how you set that up. We can then utilise both, run a split on the same band. So if it was a contest station, they might be on 240, putting out a call, but they'll tell you they'll be listening up 10, so they'd be on 250. So we would set VFO-B on 14250. We'd listen on this one, and the other VFO, we'd hit the transmit button on the front of the radio, just here, and that'll put the transmit off the A VFO over to the B. So we would hear on this one, and we would transmit on the second. Don't do much of that. Don't really find the need to do it, but it's when you've got special stations at remote places that may only go there once every 5 years, you'll hear someone. It's probably good to jump on there, but the bottom's just fallen out of the band at the moment.
Whiskey Hotel 6 station, so over towards the States. So yeah, it's a bit strange at the moment.
We'll see if we can get in and say hello to Jason in a minute. Looks like he's got himself a new call.
PD2, VA, Zulu Lima 3, DJ. Oh, great to hear you, Ben. Maybe your band will start to open up a little bit better. It's 8:15 in the evening here. We've had sunset is on its way, and so I guess maybe when we get closer to the grey line, things might pick up a little bit. Who knows? but at least we're working each other. Thanks for calling in, over. Station, try again. Okay, I think I got the call sign. Echo Alpha number 3, Alpha Golf Quebec, Zulu Lima 3, Delta Juliet. Is that Julio, over?
Yeah, it's not much we could do when bands are just falling straight out from us, and unfortunately, we're not in a position like they are in Europe and the US, where they have thousands of DX stations every day, but because we're located so remotely in the HF world, we get limited to times in a day when the atmosphere works good and works for us, but. When there's been some solar activity, this is what happens.
Zulu Lima 3, Delta Juliet, calling CQDX on decimal 260. I'm watching long and short path, QRZ.
VK2 Lima, Quebec, VK2 LQ.
The VK2 station, try again.
Yeah, g'day Jace, VK2 LQ. You got Paul this way, mate. I see you got a station upgrade by the looks of it with the new call sign there, mate. ZL3 DJ, VK2 LQ.
Yeah, VK2 Lima, Quebec, Zulu Lima 3, DJ. Yeah, I got two call signs. I got the DJ call sign about 5 or 6 months ago, and I alternate my call sign each time I come on air. So next time you hear me, it'll be Zulu Lima 3, Juliet, Alpha Sierra. DJ to this evening, Paul, over.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Yeah, I when I first heard you on, I thought, geez, I know that voice. I'm sure that's Jace, and then I heard you mention you got a new call sign, mate. So, yeah, I've got a couple here. I still hold my foundation call sign as well, but I don't use that too often. Maybe I should do the same, just alternate it every now and again. But good to hear you out there, mate. Band is in excessively poor condition today. There's only 2 or 3 stations on the band. Usually this time of the evening, it's quite hectic. But maybe in about another half an hour. I did notice last night it didn't come into about 1900 hours, and it lasted for an hour and a half. But today it's very slim pickings there, my friends. ZL3 Delta Juliet, VK2 London Queen.
Yeah, VK2 London Queen, ZL3 DJ. Returning, Paul. Yeah, it's okay. I'm starting to get a few DX calls, long and short path, but signals are quite varying. Some are really good, some are really, really poor, and some are sort of mediocre and okay. So, I don't know. We're getting close to sunset, and the grey line might pick some more signals up a little bit. Temperature's dropping. It's actually feeling a bit chilly out here in a t-shirt, so I guess when the sun goes down, it's going to really plummet, and I might have to go indoors. But nice to catch up with you. You're 5 and 5 with me at the moment, over.
Yeah, good on you. Thanks, Jace. Yeah, you've probably got another hour just looking here on the map to your grey line hitcher, and we've probably got about 2 hours to go, maybe another hour and a half. But all right, mate, you're 5 and 7, 5 and 8 at times. Very, very, very strange conditions, mate. Thanks for the 5 and 5. All right, we'll let you go, work a few more, mate, and we'll catch you down the coast again soon. 73s, beers and cheers.
Yeah, 7-3, Paul, take care. And while spotting, I have confused a few people with the two call signs. And a lot of people say, oh, I recognise that voice. Yeah, they seek him here, they seek him there. That elusive Scarlet Pimpernel, rather.
Absolutely. Yeah, good on you, buddy. All right, you take care, and we'll catch you down the coax again real soon, mate. Until then, cheers for now.
Yeah, cheers, Paul. Bye-bye. VK2, Lima, Quebec. Zulu Lima 3, Delta Juliet, signing with you and looking for DX on 260.
All right, so we'll see how we go. The band's getting pretty noisy. I've just put in some filtering just to quieten the band a bit, but that's atmospheric noise you can hear there. So I'll just bring that in. But there's really only Jace, maybe 2 other stations I can hear on there. So what I've done, we've swung the Yagi around about 130 degrees through the top of the North Island, New Zealand. And this time of the day, we're going the long way around the world. And we'll see if the UK pops in. Maybe try for UK or Russia or something like that. It's usually we're hearing them now, but we're hearing more stations at about between 5 and 5:30. And as soon as we switch that magic switch on to the live stream, the band just falls out. I'm just having a look up here. I should probably pick a camera up and show, but on the geochron I have up here, it's live activity of what's going on as far as the solar index is going. Within minutes, I would think. So we're seeing all the bands still in good condition. It looks like that light, I probably should have moved that light, but the indexes look pretty good, but I don't know. Who knows? As I was saying before, the XYL said that we're due for an aurora tonight, so maybe that's starting to take effect. Hence why the bands are as they are. But we'll put out a few calls shooting up into... I've got to work out how to set that timer on this camera. Is that going to come back up? Yep, there we go. We'll put a few calls up into the UK or into Europe via New Zealand, and we'll see how we go.
It's the frequency in use is the frequency in use VK2LQ. Is the frequency in use VK2 Lima Queen. Last call, frequency in use is the frequency in use VK2LQ. CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ. Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec. VK2LQ beaming on the long path into Europe. Calling CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec. Calling CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ on the long path, calling CQ. CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec, VK2LQ. CQ on 20, CQ 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec, VK2LQ. CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, CQ on 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec, VK2LQ. CQ on 20, CQ 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec, VK2LQ, CQ on 20, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec, VK2LQ, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ calling CQ.
Okay, I think we might leave it there because there's really bugger all happening. 20's virtually non-existent today, so we might end the stream there. We'll have a look and see what it's like around in about another half an hour. Just see if it comes in a bit late. But it appears Mother Nature has taken control of the bands again today. And we just have to be at her mercy and, I don't know, say a few prayers. If you're a prayer religious person, that is. I guess there's a few of us are, especially when it comes to the bands being open to play radio. But all right, guys, we'll say 73s. We'll catch us again soon. Maybe in half an hour. We'll keep an eye on the bands. And maybe Mother Nature's been good to us. But very overcast here. Bit windy today. Not that overcast and wind conditions have nothing to do with it. It's more to do with the solar activity that's happening, if there's any flares or stuff like that affects all the HF bands as well as your GPS and mobile phone systems. Just plays havoc on everything. But I think we see it more than what you do on mobile phones and GPS at times. But it is what it is. All right, guys, take care. Might catch you a bit later on. 73s, beers and cheers.